are at it again, guys. All right, guys, check this out. AC Metals Holding. Okay, so this channel, this and slash blog is dedicated to the study of aluminum and copper with respect to the market, manufacturing, and production. We talk about stocks, we talk about prices, and we talk about how these metals have a bright future. Let's get straight to it, guys. Can copper be the new gold? Okay, think about it. Think about it. Okay, whatever answer you have in your head, think about it. Can copper be the new gold? And are you ready? Are you ready? No. In my humble opinion, no way, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Copper cannot be the new gold. Copper is copper, and gold is gold, guys. It's completely, listen, take one look at the periodic table, and you're going to see that there's a major difference between copper and gold. Different properties and whatnot, you know, just listen. I'm not a scientist over here, so to speak. Okay, I'm not a chemist. All I can tell you is that copper, okay, is different from gold. And let me prove it to you. Copper is sold by the pound, okay, and gold is sold by the ounce. Okay, so when you look at copper prices, you're basically looking at it for pound. When you look at gold prices, you're looking at it for the ounce. Okay, guys? So let's keep that in mind. Okay, but anyways, why are we talking about copper versus, why are we talking about why copper could be the new gold? Okay, we were, on the next video, we are going to put copper versus gold on a head-to-head battle so we can actually look at the statistics and the actual numbers so we can go ahead and get a better picture. But I'm just going to let you guys know, right? No, copper is not the new gold. Okay, but this video, I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons. I'm going to give you guys 3 reasons why you need to have copper in your radar. Okay, we're going to have 3 reasons why copper needs to be on your radar. Reason number 1, guys. Okay, reason number 1. Okay, historic value of copper. Today we're going to go over the historic value of copper. You're going to have a better appreciation of copper. You're going to have a better situational awareness of copper and its prices with respect to the historic value from 1960 to 2020. Reason number 2, guys, we're going to talk about the technological revolution. Okay, technological revolution and how copper is an essential component. Okay, it is a necessary ingredient. You can't make any cake if you don't have any flour. Okay, and reason number 3, okay, and I saved the best for last. Copper is finite. Okay, guys, there's only so much copper in the world. Okay, Mother Nature has this beautiful thing of creating this equilibrium among us, and I think copper is subject to that same law that there's only so much in this particular planet. Okay, so let's go through the historical value of copper, guys. From 1960 to 2020, we have this handy dandy little chart here. We're gonna give a shout out to Macro Trends. And listen, you don't need to be a Warren Buffett to look at this chart and realize, hey, you know what? It looks like it's been going up, right? Yeah, it has some peaks and some valleys, and it looks like it's cycling just like anything. But overall, the overall projection, okay, is basically a healthy uptrend. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers. Let's dive inside the hood. Okay, 1960, copper was 30 cents. 1970, 62 cents. 1980, 98 cents. 1990, $1.15. 2000, 84 cents. 2010, $3.44. 2020, $2.80. Okay, listen, guys, let's go ahead and look at the actual statistical percentages in terms of the increase. And we may mind you, these prices that we got here, okay, is the average closing price. Okay, so that number that's associated with the year was the average closing price. Okay, so let's go ahead, let's look straight back, let's look into it in terms of what was the percentage that we saw. Okay, the percentage that we saw here was basically, let me go ahead, let's see, here it is. It increased, okay, I want to get my numbers right for you guys, that way there it is, there we are. It increased 833.33%. Okay, so it had an increase percentage of about 834%. Okay, and that's from 1960 to 2020. Listen, guys, number one rule of investing. Okay, and I gotta, before I go ahead, I just gotta let you guys know. No, I'm not a financial analyst. No, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just an average Joe with an above average passion to go ahead and help the average person go ahead and make sure that their finances, okay, and whatever they invest in, they can store that value. Okay, that's what I'm all about, and that's what this channel is about here. Listen, copper is basically, quote unquote, the poor man's gold. I know what you're thinking. That's what silver is. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, we like silver too. We like all metals. Okay, we like all metals because they have a use and they help us, and that's what we're all about. But anyways, guys, I tell you all of that just to tell you this. Number one rule in investing: you don't lose money. Don't lose money. You want to get rich? Don't lose money. Right? Don't lose money. You don't lose money, chances are you're going to have more money. Okay? So why do I pick on copper? The reason why I pick on copper, guys, is because it beat inflation. It beat inflation. Okay, for those of you guys who don't know what inflation is, long story short, you go to the store, you buy a loaf of bread, it's $1, okay? You come back the next day, you go and buy the same exact loaf of bread, and now it's $2, okay? So, inflation, okay, that means that the purchasing power of your money is diminishing. Tick tock, tick tock, you're losing money. Tick tock, you're losing money. Tick tock, you're losing money. Okay, so anyways, guys, copper beat inflation. Okay, as a matter of fact, okay, if you go to a bank, okay, if you go to the bank and you say, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and save my money in this savings account because I need somewhere to store my money, and I need somewhere to go ahead and try to grow my money. Listen, guys, those days are over and done. Okay, you go to a bank nowadays, you're going to get anywhere between 0.01% to, if you're lucky, maybe some online banks, you get 0.50%. Okay, and that's the annual rate of return. Guys, that's less than peanuts. Okay, I don't know what less than peanuts is, but that's less than peanuts. If you would have invested in copper in 1960 and you've compared it to 2020, it would have been the same as having an annual rate of return of 3.79%. Are you listening to what I'm saying? 3.79% annual rate of return as if you would have invested in copper. Okay, that's reason number one, guys. Historical value. You know what? It goes ahead, it beats inflation. Check. It goes ahead, it has a better annual rate of return compared to a savings account. Check. Okay, reason number two, guys, technological revolution. The technological revolution. Listen, guys, take a look around. Okay, you see a computer, you see a tablet, you see a phone, maybe you have some air conditioning, okay, a refrigerator, a microwave, maybe you even drive an electric car. All of those components, one of the ingredients that you need in those components, you guessed it, copper. Okay, and listen, guys, in the future with AI, robotics, smart grids, smart cities, green energy, not to mention the emerging developing countries, okay, the emerging developing countries, listen, guys, the spirit of consumerism has penetrated the earth, okay, the American values. If there's one thing Americans are good at, it is buying stuff. Essentially, the whole idea of a free market, okay, that's basically, okay, the shoulders on which this country is standing on. Consumerism. Let's continue. Okay, guys, so let's just go ahead and look at one particular industry, the electrical automobile manufacturing industry. Okay, guys, and the reason why we're going to talk about this, guys, is because I want you to think about on a global scale. Okay, on a global scale. On a global scale, you have China, you have India, you have Russia, you have Australia. Okay, you have large continents that are comprised of countries such as Africa, such as South America, such as North America. And listen, guys, in the future, I'm looking into my crystal ball right now. Okay, in the future, what you're basically going to go ahead and see is legislation incentivizing automobile manufacturing industries to produce more electric vehicles, if it hasn't happened already. Okay, guys, I can see it already. You know, one year they're going to say, hey, you know what, out of all the cars that you need to go ahead and produce so we can take care of nature, we can reduce emissions, carbon emissions, so we can reduce our carbon footprint, we need you guys to go ahead and produce at least the minimum of 20% electric vehicles. Or else you're going to go ahead and pay this heavy tax. Okay, I can already see it, guys. I can already see it. We are already in the midst of the technological revolution. They're pushing towards green energy. They're pushing towards renewables. It's something that it's going to happen. Okay, so you can either sit and complain and cry about it, or you can get ready and be prepared. Okay, us over here, we're going to go ahead, be ready, and be prepared. Okay, but let's talk about this. Okay, let's talk about this here. Okay, look at this. Okay, according to James West in his article Copper, How Tesla's Biggest Ingredient Could Make You Rich in 2020. Okay, he reports there are roughly 180 pounds of copper in every electric vehicle. Okay, 180 pounds of copper in every electric vehicle. Listen, we're going to go ahead and take a ballpark. Okay, 180 pounds times the demand of automobile. Okay, mind you, the demand of automobile, we're using this equation with the premise, okay, the very likely premise that a lot of the cars in the future are going to go ahead and be electric. Now we put that on a global scale. Does China have a lot of people? Yes. Does India have a lot of people? Yes. Does Africa have a lot of people? Yes. Does South America have a lot of people? Yes. You get the picture. Okay, listen, I'm willing to bet in 5 years, if there isn't already, there's probably an electric vehicle out in the Congo driving through the safari, okay, zooming by giraffes and lions as we speak, or if not in the future. Okay, and it's gonna go ahead and be electric. Okay, that doesn't even bring up my point. Okay, that doesn't even bring up my point about how are those cars going to go ahead and be charged. Well, of course, you're going to go ahead and need even more, okay, copper and components, because you're going to need a whole electric circuit city. Okay, so my point being, guys, supply and demand. Okay, we're going to need more copper in the future. There's no ifs, ands, buts. There's no way around it. Okay, let's get into this. Reason number 3. Copper is finite. Listen, guys, in 1982, the U.S. went from producing copper pennies to producing zinc pennies. What am I trying to say? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that the value of copper in the penny was worth more than the actual value of the penny. In other words, okay, you know what they say when they say, man, that the value of the money isn't even worth the paper it's printed on. In this case, it was the reverse, right? The paper, in this case, the copper penny, was worth more than the actual value. Okay, and that was 40 years ago. All right, that was 40 years ago. So I know a lot of people are going to tell me, you know what about the copper reserves that we have already? What about the mining techniques? Perhaps we find some different exploration locations. You know what? What if the core of Mars is made of 100% copper? You know what? That's fine with me. Those are valid points. Those are valid points. But listen, there's only so many apples on a tree. Okay, let's check this out. But nonetheless, nothing lasts forever. According to Andrew Van Sickle in Money Week, copper might be a precious metal. Copper is becoming, and I quote, copper is becoming scarce. The yield of copper from each unit of ore mined is dwindling. In 2010, the top 15 producers' reserves boasted an average yield of 1.2%. By the end of 2016, the figure had fallen to 0.72%. Miners are therefore scrambling to locate new supplies, unquote. Okay, guys, look, they were already talking about how copper might be a precious metal, okay, with the idea that what the copper that they're going ahead and essentially mining is diminishing, which proves my point. Copper is finite. Okay, it proves my point. Okay, so yeah, I get it. Listen, man. We started this whole situation with, can copper be the new gold? Nah. Listen, gold is gold, copper is copper. But I'm telling you, in the future, you're gonna want to keep copper on your investing radar. Okay? You're just gonna want to. It's something that definitely should not be ignored. Okay? Let's go ahead, let's continue here. So what to do about it? Listen, guys. The making of this video, I don't have any affiliations, I don't have any sponsors. I'm doing this video because it's something I'm passionate about, and it's something that I go ahead, I can see a future for copper without a doubt. Okay, so I went ahead, I googled best copper stocks, right? And I was looking at resources such as Motley Fool, Yahoo Finance, AOL, Seeking Alpha, Investment U. Okay, and the articles were written between 2019 and 2021. Okay, and basically what I have here is this handy dandy little pie chart. So from the research I acquired, I wanted to see what was the most popular copper stock. Okay, what were the actual financial analysts, okay, advising us to go ahead and invest in. And I took a pool of that data, and I went ahead and I put it in this nice little pie chart. Okay, and we're just going to go through the top 3. Okay, top 3 stocks when it comes to best copper stocks. Okay, first one, and this is our winner, right? FCX. So FCX, right? Freeport McMoran Inc. Okay, currently their stock price is sitting at $33.91. $33.91. When it came for second place, it was a tie between BHP and SCCO. Okay, BHP is currently sitting at 75.91. All right, shout out to the Aussies out there. That company's its headquarters in Australia. Okay, tied with the Aussies. Okay, with BHP was SCCO, okay, Southern Copper Corp, and currently their stock price is sitting at 71.33. Okay, so I'm letting you guys know. Listen, take a look at copper. Okay, if you guys have any comments, if you guys have any questions, if you guys have any concerns, if there's something you guys want me to go ahead and research with respect to copper, go ahead, put that down on the comments down below. Till then, guys, happy investing. Be well, be safe, eat well, eat your vegetables, you know, all that good stuff. All right, till then, guys, we'll see you next time.